New Democrat leader Jagmeet Singh is suggesting that, the stimulus ending in October might be too soon for some Canadians and that they'll still need support. While there are other politicians that believe that we need to make the transition to a non-stimulus environment as soon as possible. One of the interesting things that is part of the overhang right now is that Canadians now are starting to understand that the stimulus and the support will not be forever, and that they will need to transition back to more of a normal situation where they're not reliant on a government check in order to pay the bills. But one of the more striking surveys that we did most recently was we asked Canadians how worried or not worried they were about paying for the rent or paying for their mortgage. And about 15% of Canadians said that they're worried or somewhat worried about paying their mortgage or the rent in the next 30 days. That might not sound like a big number, but that is a whopping 4.9 million households. And it speaks to why issues of affordability, issues of housing costs, and homelessness have been on the radar. And these issues have been especially acute in places like Toronto, downtown Montreal, and downtown Vancouver. So that's been one big issue. One of the other big issues has to do with childcare. All of the federal parties support some sort of childcare program, but there's been a significant difference of opinion in terms of how that childcare program should work, with the Liberals and the New Democrats and the Bloc wanting a Quebec-style program with subsidized spaces, while the Conservatives wanting a situation where the government is not in the business of delivering subsidized daycare, but that tax credits are sent. But the good news is that regardless of who wins the election, there will be some sort of national childcare program, whether subsidized or through tax credits.